What's something that you think is okay to be judgmental about? People who play music videos out loud in public. My goddamn husband was doing that shit at a beach in Puerto Rico. I was about to request he consider please turning it down. Then I noticed 98 of Puerto Ricans were also playing loud music. It was a cacophony of reggaeton, so I gave up dance-twitedly. But seriously, I just had hip surgery and was in the waiting room of the physical therapist. And this old bag was in a chair, all the way across the room, watching Fox News on her phone. I could see the hate waves emanating from her bouffant. Literally anything is okay to be judgmental about. It's okay to say whatever you want about anyone. If people think you're a jerk, they can say so and unfriend you. Like literally if you want to spew hate speech, I'll defend your right to do that, and probably also not be your friend. I'm extremely in favor of freedom of thought and freedom of speech. I also think we need to bring back sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me, instead of teaching kids that they are fragile and can be harmed by speech. Everyone loves to quote the Bible about judge not, lest you be judged. Here's the thing. This verse refers to judging people's salvation, like judging that they're going to hell for their behavior. Determining whether something is right for you is called discernment. For example, determining that casual sex is immoral in your opinion and not right for you is discernment. Declaring that casual sex is sending someone to hell is judgment. I generally say choices are fair game. I can't mock you race, tallness, genetic conditions, where you are from, etc. But the fact you choose to put testicles on your truck, you choose to be racist, hateful, etc., I will judge on. Some things get a little questionable, but that's generally, I draw my line on judgment. Is this a hand you were dealt, or is this something you had the freedom to do different but chose this solution? Knowingly dating, sleeping with someone who is already in a committed relationship. No, I don't think the person your spouse cheated on you should get all the blame or even the brunt of it. Your partner is the one who had a responsibility towards you, and it's ultimately on them to uphold the trust. But I will absolutely still judge the fuck out of the person who knowingly participated in hurting another person that badly. Being your own child's first bully. For example, there was this online trend where parents, usually moms, were cooking with their kids. Great, it's together time. A good life skill to have, and is conducive to motor skill and sensory development. But then AF sking smash an egg on their kid's face and laugh at them. It's disgusting. It isn't funny, and these people should be dragged through the mud. I think judgment of others' actions that isn't in moral terms is just a basic part of life. Person X's treatment of their employees is ruining that department. They aren't a very good boss. Person Y's reaction to their kids' news didn't go well. They aren't handling this situation well. Person Z is rude to waiters, it's embarrassing. Determining goodness badness is overrated IMO. Music, there's lots of it out there. A lot of it is basically identical and it's all subjective. It's okay to be a snob. At least you have thought about it long enough to have an opinion. In general, I think it's a matter of accepting what we are given rather than actually having our own taste. A few more music snobs would do the music industry the world of good. Beliefs, I don't understand why we protect those. Are protected classes. You get to decide which ones pertain to you. If there is anything in addition to the things a person has done that you should judge said person about, it's what they believe in. As a runner, how some dipshit motherfucker runners insist on running in the road when there is a perfectly good sidewalk literally right next to you. Get the fuck out of the road if you can. It's worse than cyclists, because there's an option to get the fuck out of the way. You just choose not to. People who fail at life because they refuse to get a job or think they're above it, and do nothing but complain and blame others for their problems. None of us like having jobs. We do them because we're grown-ups and understand we have a responsibility to take care of ourselves and our loved ones. Anti-education or anti-intellectual behavior. It's not okay to mock or bully people for reading books or newspapers, or being curious about the world. It's not okay to mock people for the degrees they want or dreamed about finishing. I'll never understand why you would mock someone for learning. Being obliviously in the way, like getting to the end of an escalator and just standing there. Or standing with a group of people in a doorway or aisle, or stopping to stare at your phone in the middle of the sidewalk. Just move out of the way like 2 steps and everyone's life is easier. DUI and those who make excuses for people they know who had one. Don't use drugs, alcohol, and drive. It's selfish, it's stupid, it's dangerous. I don't give a damn about your survival bias. If you have one or make excuses for someone who has one, I immediately lose respect for you. People who make toast then scrape the excess butter, complete with crumbs, on the side of the tub then smush it down with the lid. That and people who eat half a pack of biscuits but leave one in the packet, so they don't have to put it in the bin. These people deserve to burn in hell. Everything. The issue isn't really about being judgmental, we all are about everything. The issue is people don't like it when a judgment doesn't agree with their narrative or beliefs. Nobody complains about judgment when they agree with it. As a parent, I judge how people raise their kids. I know a couple parents who use the lazy parenting method where they let their kids run amok and do what they want without consequences because they're expressing themselves. A good look. When people don't even try to figure out the problem before asking for help. No one my age seems to understand that all the information in the world is on your phone. At least try to look for the answer solution before coming to me. Certain kinks. Sure. Consenting adults and all that. But just because you can technically do what you like behind closed doors, doesn't mean it isn't fucking disgusting. I'm looking at you. Scat play and diaper fetishists. How people raise their kids' pets. My mum used to get so annoyed when I did this cause it's not my business. But what people have to understand is their kids' pets are living things that have to be treated with care. Stupidity, and I don't mean cognitive potential. If you're just kinda slow, but you actually use the brain you've got, great, that's fine. But stupidity is a behavior and a mindset, not an inherent trait. Cheating. Yes. I know it's complicated, most grown-up things are. But if you're a knowing willing may not be a cruel and selfish person, but you're doing a cruel and selfish thing. A deliberate, intentional mindset against learning. People who refuse to take in new information, or even admit they might have been wrong about something even once. It's a most Ouroboros mentality. Bad parenting, and no, you don't need kids to understand what kids need. Hell, I was closer to your kid's age than to yours. Maybe I know more about what's going on from their perspective. Poor behavior in general. Speeding. I judge you. Throwing cigarette butts on the ground. I judge you. Having a speakerphone conversation in the doctor's waiting room. I judge you. Other people being judgmental. Sounds hypocritical, I know. But if I hear a boomer shitting on someone for having purple hair, you bet your ass I'm judging the shit out of that boomer. How people treat wait staff. There is zero excuse to ever be rude to someone serving you. Edit for the Amelia Bedelius. There is zero reason to be rude to wait staff for nitrogen monoxide reason. Anything that a person chooses, e.g. religion, politics, possibly weight, etc. Things not okay. Anything that a person doesn't choose, for example height, baldness, race, etc. Whether or not they're fascinated by the world. I much prefer to be around people who have the same level of curiosity and fascination with the world around them. Oh, I fully expect to be crucified for this on Reddit, and I'm still excited to say this with my whole chest. Tech brothers who have never once thought about ethics, any action or words that affect others directly and significantly. If what you are doing only affects you, I will not judge you. Everything else is fair game. Drunken and disorderly behavior. Littering. Ill manners while using cell phone. Loud conversation. Conversation with speakers on. Lack of personal hygiene. When people are talking on speakerphone in public. Unless you are deaf and need video chat to sign. Turn off your damn speaker and put it to your ear. With the exception of medical reasons, People who willingly force themselves to use a different accent than the one they naturally speak without effort. Obesity and people slowly killing themselves with junk food and a sedentary lifestyle even when they have kids and others who depend upon them. Thinking you're an animal or furry or whatever. We are human. Just because we evolved from apes doesn't excuse thinking you're a wolf. Please get help. Parenting. If you're not doing anything to control your kid who is acting out, screaming, etc., I'm going to judge the absolute shit out of you. Jokes regarding age of consent primarily from grown men, women, and even more so when it's directed at an actual young woman girl they know. Littering. I see what your excuse is if you're just throwing your trash out the window of your car on purpose. You're a bad person. Worshipping politicians like celebrities, saviors or idols, especially while living in a state where things suck because of them. Smoking. I'll always see it as a trashy habit, and I'll think you're trashy if you do it. Including vaping and marijuana. People who bring their non-service animals, that is, their average pets, into grocery stores. Dude, seriously. Dude. People who do really shitty things, like cheating, and try to use mental illness or personality disorders as an excuse. Whatever you want. It's a free world, and it's your opinion. As long as you do not impact anyone else's freedom. How messy a person's desktop computer is. Like files everywhere. Or is it clean? Also browser tabs or extensions. Table manners. If you eat like a dog, I'll question pretty much everything about you and probably be correct.